If Ukraine receives Tomahawk cruise missile, the battlefield map could change overnight. But how realistic is this, and what will it actually mean on the ground? So let's break it down. What actually are Tomahawks? So Tomahawks was developed by the United States in 1980s and extensively used in Iraq, Syria and Libya. They are subsonic, they are long range, up to 1,600 kilometers, depending on the variants. So the precision strike capabilities, they are using the GPS plus Tercom guidance. So launchable from ships and submarines and even vertical launch systems. And how we know that Tomahawks was used even on the last Iranian attack by the United States. We know the thing that there was used almost 13 Tomahawks in that attacks on the nuclear program by Iran. So Biden administration has authorized potential transfer under Lend-Lease, foreign military sales and even the direct donation, depending on the actual current news. So reports indicate that Ukraine may receive older block, maybe the block 4 or the block 3 variants, and the delivery likely via NATO stockpiles or even the United States Navy surplus. The number of missiles potentially in thousands to low hundreds. But how we know already, United States will deploy almost like 20 to 50 missiles. So Ukrainian strikes could hit deep into occupied territories, potentially in Crimea, supply hubs and even the command centers. The psychological effect will be that very high precision Western weaponry shift Russian defensive calculus, and that Ukraine will need launch platforms like ship or submarine is unlikely, possible even the land adaptation like how they adapt Storm Shadow or Scalp system. But the information that we have right now, even the analytics information, is that Tomahawks can be launched even from simple or special armored vehicles, pickups, okay? So they can just put on the back of the truck, they can go wherever they want, even in the forest or maybe on some small cities, you know, and they can use. And again, the speed is very, very fast. They fly almost 0.4 Mach, which is very, very, very fast thing. So Tomahawks need pre-planned missions. They can be fired only. Tomahawks need pre-planned missions. Can be fired on the fly like HIMARS, okay? So the guidance relies on GPS and terrain mapping. They require mission data from partners, from NATO partners. The launch system adaptation can be, how I said, the truck mounted, containerized, VLS. It's technically possible, and even the United States has tested. And of course there will be help with the maintenance, with the targeting and even the training timelines. So if Tomahawks arrive in Ukraine, they won't just extend Kiev reach, but they'll rewrite a part of the strategic map. But the real question is, will Washington pull the trigger, or is just political signaling? So what do you think about the Tomahawks in Ukrainian hands? Will cross Russia's red line or not? Or is necessary deterrent? Let me know down below. Let's dive deeper on Tomahawk specifications. So the Tomahawk BGM-109 is a long-range, all-weather subsonic cruise missile primarily used for land attack operation by the United States Navy and Allied forces. This missile was developed in 1970s and entering service in 1983. It has been extensively upgraded over the decades, with the current primary variant being in the Block 5 series evolving from the Block 4 tactical Tomahawk. So it is launched from ships, via vertical launch systems, submarines via torpedo tubes or external canisters, and potentially ground platforms. Over 2,300 have been used in combat since 1991, including recent strikes in Yemen in 2024. Below is a summary of key specifications for the modern Block 5 variant compiled from official and reliable sources. Note that exact figures can vary slightly by subvariant or configuration. So the specifications are: length, there is 6.25 meters, overall 5.56 meters, and this is 18 and 25 foot body. The diameter is 0.55 meters, which is 20.8 inches. The weight is 1,588 kilograms and 3,500 lbs fully load. So the speed is high supersonic, 885 kilometers per hour, which is 550 miles per hour, or Mach 0.74. The range is between 1,000 kilometers to 2,500, which is in miles 620 miles to 1,550. So it's depending on payload and the flight profile. The propulsion, they use a solid fuel booster for launch, like Williams F-107 or even the turbofan engine screws. What about the guidance system? What kind of guide they are using, So they're using the inertial navigation, INS, with the GPS, TERCOM terrain counter matching, and the radar, which is a DSMA, digital scene matching area correlator, two-way satellite data link for in-flight retargeting block number 5. Altitude is like sea skimming, 13 to 90 meters over water, and the length to evade detections. What are Tomahawk's capabilities? So the evasion and stealth, they go like low radar cross section, low altitude flight, and minimal infrared signature from the turbofan engine make it hard to detect. And we will see how it will be hard, because the Russia has even the S-400 systems. So we will see. The flexibility. So the Block 5 can loiter for hours, retarget via satellite up to 15 pre-programmed alternatives, and provide battle damage assessment via onboard camera. But again, what we think about that the United States will deploy the series number 3 or number 4. So the block number 3, that is a baseline conventional land attack retired already. The block 4, this is STATCOM, added in-flight targeting and loiter, in production until block 5. The block 5, which is the last one and the new one, is a maritime strike upgrade with anti-ship seeker and overall life extension and navigation enhancements. And historical, we know that anti-ship was even TASM retired in 1994, and the nuclear one was TLM-N retired in 2013. So this is all information from official United States Navy sources as a specification evolved with ongoing upgrade.